All right, 400 IM, Lizzie Walsh. We're here in lane 4. Real quick before we actually watch any of the race, just split wise, you're 101.5 on the fly, 109.0 on the back, 116.5 on the breast, and then 104.0 in the free. When I compared this to your splits from your best time back in February, March, whatever it was, uh, your fly was a little bit faster, breast was essentially the same, back was just a hair slower, and then freestyle was really where the difference was. You're less than 3 seconds off your best time right here, and I think two of those came from freestyle alone. And again, you're out a little faster on the fly. So yeah, the fly and breast short axis stuff is obviously your strong suit in this race. I think when I think back to one of your dual meets we had kind of late September, maybe early October-ish. I remember your backstroke was really strong, and a lot of it came from the legs. And then in this race, I didn't feel you utilize your legs as well as you could have, especially since you're wearing a suit here. On the start, you're in a nice position on the start, um, positioning everything where it should be, and your hips are high, head low. You really don't use your arms at all. Luckily, you do get them into streamline, and you're in a nice position here as you enter the water, but you could afford to really rip the blocks before you take off. On the breakout, notice you're a little bit. I'd like you to really think about utilizing a down kick as you break out in butterfly. I feel like I might have told you this before, but here, like, you're mainly coming up through the pool, and then you're only coming down once your arms have actually exited. So just a little bit of a timing thing, where you exit the water, or as you like are pulling underwater, that's when your down kick is initiating. I think a big thing for you to focus on the next month and 2 months for butterfly especially is having a soft entrance with the hands up top. So you can see now, like, obviously there's going to be some splash in the front, but right now you have a lot of cross splashing. So you just come over real aggressive, and you're slapping, not slapping, but you're really hitting the water with your whole arm, and it's crashing down as opposed to having a soft entry. A good drill for that would be snow angel drill, even with fins, just kind of flutter kicking with the fins, and really focusing on moving those arms and getting comfortable with them coming across the water really easy. Obviously, a lot of shoulder strength is going to be needed to do that. All right, coming into the backstroke, where you're 109, like I said, your legs, I feel like you have good underwater. Like, your underwaters on the fly weren't as good as they were on the backstroke, and they're definitely not that good on the freestyle whenever we get there. Um, but your legs aren't that aggressive here. Like I said in that 2 IM, I feel like the legs are really rocking, and that's what helped you. That 2 IM, that's just like a random midseason meet in a practice suit, and here you are in a tech suit with a little bit of rest, and you're not quite utilizing them like you did. Obviously, there's a difference in the 2 IM and 4 IM, but backstroke is really, really leg driven, and so we can't forget that even on a 400 IM. Another thing here, you have circle swam this first 50. I think you swim down the middle right here, but then you're going to go back on that lane line for the last 25. So I know we train outdoors, but you do train at club indoors most of the time, and so you need to practice finding a line on the ceiling or something, and just swimming straight down the middle of the lane, or straight down the middle of one part of the lane, not circle swimming. All right, good crossover coming into breaststroke. The breaststroke's real smooth throughout. You already know what I think about your arms. Is consistent tempo throughout the 100, I believe. I mean, the splits, you actually 37.9, 38.6, so that's really well split for 116. I think, like I said, fly, having soft entry is kind of the thing to focus on the next 2 months. And breaststroke, in addition to the arm pull, I think establishing some more leg strength would really be beneficial, and that's not even a technical thing. It's just you getting more power from the legs. Like, you already have a good, quick heel on your kick. Like, once you rise up, like, your heels are quick to get back into aligned position. And we just continue to establish some power in the legs and really get some strength and more efficiency out of the kick. I think it would be really beneficial to your stroke. All right, these turns aren't quite as crisp as they might be in a sprint race. I think that you having really tight turns is to your benefit, obviously. And so here it almost seems like you're kind of getting grabby with the wall. And it's not like you're taking your time, but I want you to play to your strengths. And then here you almost get a little bit relaxed on it. It's like if you have an advantage in that, you now have come back down to average in your actual time on the wall. And so there's no reason to go away from what is something that you can utilize to your strength. All right, on the freestyle, all your breakouts on the freestyle, I believe you're going to break out before the flags. And obviously, you're not like this dynamite underwater kicker, but there's no reason to just completely go kaput on every wall. I mean, you're out 32.5 from the first 50, and then you bring it back a little faster, 31.4. So, I think a big part of this is really you had a minimal rest, and then you're swimming a 400 IM, and in a pretty tough meet day lineup, and so a lot of it's just going to be you're not tapered, your body's not prepared to just go all out 400 IM best time. This is really great effort, but it hurts at the end, and that's part of a mid-season swim. It's part of a learning experience. Is learning how to swim the race and what we can take away from it. So, I'm not in any way upset you didn't go best time on this. Clearly, you're working it here. We could just utilize underwaters and with a little more conditioning and a proper taper. This will all square away. I guess the video ends before you actually end the race. All right, nice job.